We said no, and I threatened to bet money, and I said I won't bet because if I do bet, you would have stayed.
I would have been there for the post-game press conference for the right price.
How do you leave the first game at half?
Do you walk out of a movie halfway through?
No. But
what are you doing?
Here's the thing: it's very inconvenient time-wise.
Why?
Why? It's
inconvenient
for
example,
last night.
Last night was a perfect night. So I saw the first half, very entertaining half of basketball. I got in the car at halftime. I blew right by you. Got to the car, drove home. I was in bed by the end of the third quarter. I was stoned and I was eating pizza. Stoned, eating pizza.
But you
in
missed
the third quarter of the game.
Part.
I saw the best part.
Well, I mean, you saw it on TV.
Correct.
You were there.
And I got to see LeBron go all red ass after the game.
Loved it.
Here's the thing, though. You sat next to Doug Mann and had John Ireland on the other side of you. You were right there, center court, in the middle, right, perfect seat.
Let me give you a hint. Not gonna stay past halftime until the playoffs.
Then I don't want to give you a season credential.
Reasonable.
I don't want a season
credential. You don't need
credential.
a credential. No, daily credentials. We only get us few, and this is going inside. But I don't want to give someone that's not going to use a ticket.
I actually respect that, Greg.
No credentials. Out. No more credentials.
Okay.
All right. You can't go to a game.
I'll be stoned in the first quarter.
Or no, just go to the suite. Just have Stephanie give you a ticket.
Yeah, no, can't.
We don't have extra tickets.
I have no extra tickets for the suite.
Now. Here's another thing I want to get to. Again, we got a ton to get to, and I want to get to the game too.
I want to get into more of this credential thing.
All right, good.
Yeah, that's.
But no,
that's good.
All right, now I'm gonna give you the treatment we gave Lindsay Theory when we were talking about our wedding. Do you promise me on your grandparents' lives you will be 100% honest when I ask you this question?
Whoa!
And it's not anything.
It's
personal.
not the things that are.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honest, okay.
Honest.
When you saw Pepe Mantilla wave to the crowd, did you see anyone besides you wave back?
There was a very nice gentleman who turned around and waved.
Yep.
Very nice.
Very it did
nice
not
gentleman.
happen. I looked right at you and I go, look, nobody.
Wait a minute.
And you laughed and you went.
The gentleman was me. I turned around and I waved.
Now
it was for me.
Now do you understand how delusional Pepe is?
I thought it was it was a very funny bit. I wish we had it on video. Pepe ended up waving just to me.
I know. We'll just tell Carlo to get it on video at the next game.
Oh yeah.
But I'm glad you finally got to see it.
That was very funny.
He stands up. He looks to his left and he waves like a guy on a parade float.
Yes.
He waves to the left.
Yep.
And where Mason and I were standing, and Mason and I waved back, but
Yep.
no one else.
Yeah.
And then he waves to the right, and literally no one is waving at him.
Right.
And he'll be in here Monday with Potpourri of Lies.
Potpourri of Lies is Monday.
And he gets so defensive about this. He gets so mad because he'll say, the Lakers acknowledge you and you don't acknowledge the fans. What is wrong with you two? And we go, Pepe, no one's paying any attention to you.
I still think he's the polite one of the group.
But no one's paying any attention to him.
He's on the screen.
No. That very rarely is the wave on the screen.
It was on last night. It was on last night. And you guys, by the way, they go to you guys and you're like just looking around.
Well, you know what's interesting is they can't get. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
So Michael begged Bergman to move him to the rail.
Yep.
So Michael and I don't sit next to each other anymore.
Oh, right. Funch sits between you guys.
So now everybody thinks that Michael Funches is Michael Thompson.
Oh,
because they get a shot of me and Funch.
A much shorter, younger version of Michael Thompson.
So that's interesting. Do you want to switch it because of that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're
Michael's
okay with
no, Michael's very happy he's on the rail, and I want him to be happy. But here's when I do want it to switch, Greg. If he's done a good job in these preseason games and in this one game last night, of not taking his headset off when fans come up to him on the aisle. If he starts to do that, then you got to switch him back.
So he's been doing it. He did a good job last night.
Yeah, and in the
one night in, he's okay.
In the preseason game too.
Okay,
that was always
come up and bother him, but he'll like just say, "Give me a second,"
right?
And he'll stay in. If he does that, Greg, if he doesn't take his headset off to talk to the fans, he can stay. But if he starts doing that, you got to move him next to me.
So that was always the caveat. If he ever did that, he got moved away. So all it takes is one time. If he does it one time and you say something,
last night. Michael's really good friends with Bill Duffy, the agent, who Bill's representative.
Right.
They went to Minnesota together.
Okay.
So Bill came by to see Michael, and we were on the air, and he didn't even take his headset off to say hi to Bill. He waited till we got to a break, and then he went and talked to him.
Yeah.
So he knows. He's been on his best behavior, and he knows he'll lose that seat if he disengages from the game.
Question for Bergman. So at the game last night, you were obviously right there at the game. What did you think of the very ending?
So I'm going to be honest with you. I was in the suite. I left in the middle of the fourth quarter. But in
So
the middle of the
how
fourth
can
quarter,
how can
you left at
take my seat?
halftime.
I'm always going to leave at halftime. I've always left at
Wait a
halftime.
minute. What, Greg?
It was-
What you
Yeah,
did?
how can he be
what
critical
you
of
did
me?
might be worse.
No, it is-
because the
you're-
Lakers had already started their comeback.
No.
Mason left
You're-
long before
You're
they
being
woke
critical
up.
of me
So
while
I'm-
you left early.
I'm going to tell you because when you're in the suite, it is you are not there to watch the game in the suite. In the suite,
You're there to hobnob.
Did you or
Correct.
did you not go down to where I was sitting and take my seat?
I did not.
Oh, you did not.
I did not.
No, that seat remained empty
Remained
for the rest
empty.
of the game.
Oh, okay.
No,
'Cause
I
I
was
texted Bergman and said, "You want to come down here? Come down here."
And I said thanks.
"It's available for the second half of every game."
But I was able to go. And not anymore. It's not going to be available at all.
Oh, yeah. I want to see you stick through full games on a credential, my
I
friend.
would I
Yeah,
absolutely
well, yeah, it's
will.
very
I
hard
have.
for you to
Yeah,
take
you
this
are.
stance when you left early
Hello,
too.
hello, Kettle. You're
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
No, it's
You are no
it's
better
different.
than him.
It's no different. It's different in the suite when you're not there to actually watch the game.
Well, okay.
You were watching the game.
So you were on a credential though, right?
I was on a credential.
And the difference is,
And the difference is?
You were watching the game. I was not able to actually watch the game. I had to go home to watch the game back.
Oh, so you were in the suite, so you couldn't watch the game, but you used a credential to get to the suite. So next Wednesday when I go to the suite, I have a credential.
If that's a whole lot of roundabout.
Of course
stuff
it is.
that's
It
going
is
on.
a lot around. I'm trying to
Had
confuse
Greg,
you.
had
It's
you
not hard.
Had you not left early, I'd be supporting you. But
Yeah.
you leaving early, you're in his boat.
You
now.
lost all credibility.
Yeah, you did.
Lost all credibility.
Gutless. That's what you are.
We'll talk about the game itself coming up next. There are some big observations, some big takeaways from what we saw last night. And as I mentioned, LeBron very salty after the game in his postgame on court interview with TNT. We got all that coming up for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Barbecues Galore. Barbecues Galore is the home of the beautiful Mont Alpi Grills. With 40 years of grilling experience, Mont Alpi's has a beautiful range of pre-assembled plug-and-play islands. These islands are available with kegerator, sink, and refrigerator options. It's basically an outdoor kitchen from Barbecues Galore. They all have white granite countertops, stylish design features. The best part, it can be delivered in just a week. They start at $2,800. Check out Barbecue Galore's flagship store in Irvine at the Marketplace. They have extended financing at all their stores, so you don't even have to pay for everything up front. If you want to get extended financing, they'll give it to you. They have the best low price guarantee in the business. You find anything anywhere else, Barbecues Galore will match the price. And do what I do. Go to bbqgalore.com, their website. It's got everything on the site. You'll see, and you'll know immediately that it's the greatest barbecue store ever. Barbecues Galore, not just a barbecue aisle, a barbecue store.
MLS Cup champ.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the repeat as the playoffs start Saturday.
Shot goal!
The black and gold march their way into the playoffs, led by the top scorer in MLS.
Getty!
There's no stopping the Golden Boot winner now.
Oh, that's how you win a Golden Boot, baby!
It's the Audi MLS Cup Playoffs, Round 1, Game 1, LAFC versus Vancouver. Pre-game starts at 4:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
So should I be offended? Last night, I was killing time between the show and the game, so I go over to the Regal.
Did you go to the movie with the John Cena movie?
I skipped that one. I went to one even worse called After Death, which was about, which honestly I wanted to die. It was about life after death.
You are my one friend that will literally see anything.
So I walked out about an hour in to go to the game, but the thing that bothered me was when I bought a ticket, I'll say I have one to see After Death.
Yeah.
Gave me a senior ticket.
Wait a minute.
I'm not a senior.
But why wouldn't that? They're being nice. They're giving you a lower price.
I know, but I want to be treated like a regular grown-up adult. I don't want to be treated like a senior.
Wait a minute. You are an idiot.
No, I don't want to be treated like a senior. Just because I have white hair does not make me a senior.
Okay.
I'm long from being a senior.
Even if you are sensitive about that particular thing.
Very.
Look at this. Remove yourself from the equation.
Yeah.
All right? A person X.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yep.
Goes up to the window and he can pay $20, the regular price for the movie, or he can pay $15, the senior price.
Right.
And they say to him, I'm going to give you the senior price, $15. Why wouldn't you take it? It's a better deal for you. Why wouldn't you take the better deal?
The ticket says senior.
Right. But no one sees the ticket except for you.
First of all, it's not right? Because I'm not a senior.
Bergman, am I making any sense here?
I don't want
Why
the
wouldn't you
stigma
take the
of
better deal?
I would always take the better deal. Call me a senior, that's fine. I'll get less money.
Yeah, I mean, if it was ladies' night and they gave me the ladies' price, I would say thank you
to,
very much.
From now on, I'm not going to say just give me one ticket. I'm going to say give me one adult ticket. That's it. And I don't want the senior ticket,
sir. You're eligible for our senior ticket. It's $5 less. Here you go.
I'll flash my ID and say clearly I'm not a senior.
Do you realize what you're arguing?
I do.
You are arguing with me. I'm the movie theater guy.
Correct.
You're arguing with me to pay more money.
Right.
You don't understand how that's weird.
No, I understand that I don't want my ticket to say senior. That's it. I'll pay the extra buck or whatever the hell it is.
A freak.
Yeah, no.
Do you keep the ticket? Like, do you take it home and put it in a box? So
right.
Yeah, I have a box of ticket stubs.
You go to more movies than anybody I know.
Yeah.
This would save you hundreds of dollars over the course of a year.
Don't want it.
Yeah,
I just don't want it. I just don't want it.
I mean, if you put it into like one of those shadow boxes that it has all the different
he doesn't
tickets.
keep his senior movie stubs.
I definitely don't keep the senior movie
Nobody's
stubs.
going to see that it says senior.
Yeah,
except
I know.
For you.
It's in my. I know.
Hey, let me ask you something about the actual game last night.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Anthony Davis had 30 points and 14 rebounds and did what you want Anthony Davis to do.
3 blocks, 3 steals.
4 blocks.
Yep. 4 blocks.
And after the game, even this morning on all the talking head shows, people are still talking about how you can't count on Anthony Davis. So they've played 2 games, and he's had 1 bad half. Okay? 2 games, 1 bad half. He played great in the first half in Denver.
Sure.
Didn't show up in the second half.
Had a great fourth quarter last night.
Played a great game last night.
Yeah.
Don't win without him or LeBron. Is the narrative about him so one-sided now that 1 half is going to be the story regardless of how he plays? Like, for example, we play Sunday in Sacramento, Monday against Orlando. If he does what he did last night, 30 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, key reason that you win. People are still going to dwell on that Denver thing? Is that because he makes so much money?
No.
What's the deal?
I think Laker fans know that that you just don't know what you're going to get from Anthony Davis
But
on
when
a
you
nightly
get
basis.
that-
When you get it, he's great, but you don't get that every night. That's not part of the deal. It's the Anthony Davis experience. Sometimes he's great and sometimes he vanishes.
Correct. But I guess that what's surprising me about this is last night he was great.
Yes.
And today people are talking about what you just said. That you can't. Well, he was great, but
all
you
I
can't. But no, I think the argument you just made is the one I heard on all the.
And
talk
by the way,
shows
I
this morning.
said that after game one when he disappeared in the second half. I didn't say Anthony Davis is this, that. Or, I just said you can't. He doesn't do it consistently.
Right, but I guess when he does it, I guess we should be thankful and
when he doesn't, I think we should be
Right.
pissed off.
But that's fine. But
Yeah.
but people were see what I'm saying. People were pissed off today after a game where he did what he was supposed to do.
So I think, Brian, I can't quite read what's on the screen. Do you have LeBron's reaction on the floor after the game on TNT? Listen to this.
We don't give a shit about criticism about AD. We don't care. Nothing bothers us. Nothing. We don't. AD doesn't care. I don't know if guys have figured that out. AD does not care. He's not on social media, so he doesn't see none of the crap. He rarely talks unless it's to us. So we don't give a shit about it, and he definitely doesn't. He's go out and do his job, and we happy to have AD.
So he was kind of. I mean, I.
By the way, I'm jealous of anybody that can do that. That can just not care about what other people think of you.
Right.
I think it would be a good trait for all of us to develop.
Sure.
I need social media for the show, so I'm on it and I see what a cesspool it is. If I could just
But why not just not take it personally?
But no, he takes it a step farther. Not only does he not take it personally, he never hears it.
Never hears it. Now LeBron is on social media.
Yeah, he's super active.
AD is not on social media or
Right.
not there a lot.
I don't even think he.
What I thought was he's so bristling and and if you look at the clip, he's definitely really, really pissed off about even the question being asked. And it makes me wonder, there's something to be said for being too defensive. I thought there was some defensiveness there on the part of on the part of LeBron. And he's defending AD, so that's definitely part of it, but he looked really genuinely pissed off at the question.
If that's true, good.
Yeah, he was.
Because there are a handful of people that play better when they're pissed off. Kobe was like that.
Right.
I would sense LeBron is like that. Steph Curry calls himself the petty king. If
Yes.
you disrespect him, he uses it
Sure.
as fuel. So I hope if what you say is true and LeBron is bent over the way people are treating AD, I think that's a good thing as a Laker fan because he'll take it out on the other team.
Yeah. And so the right answer is somewhere in between. Yesterday, Stephen A. Smith called the season over.
Yeah.
We saw what AD is capable of last night. The right answer is somewhere in between. I think that if you're a Laker fan, you know that when AD is right, like he was last night, he is one of the top 5 players in the league. And when he goes missing, it really puts the screws to the Lakers, especially in a year where they're conceivably dialing back minutes on LeBron. Although last night, LeBron, I don't think they win that game without LeBron playing the entire fourth quarter.
Okay, so, and he ended up playing 35 minutes,
Right.
which is not horrible. And like McMenamin pointed out a couple of times, actually before the game, that the 30-minute thing is not a rule, it's a guideline. It's something they'd like to do, play him 30 minutes a game. But if the game dictates that he needs to play more,
right,
they'll play him more. Here's the problem. I did the math on this morning. Let's say you're Darvin Ham. In Denver, the Lakers were +7 when LeBron was in the game and -17 when he's out. All right?
Yep.
That's a pretty big
Huge
disparity.
swing, yeah.
All right? Against Phoenix last night, it was even more pronounced. The Lakers were +22 with LeBron on the court and -16 when he's out.
Yeah, I mean,
So
really,
if you're Darvin, what do you do?
as the team goes, as LeBron goes, so goes the team.
Yeah, the goal, at least at this time of the season, is going to be to figure out a way to close that gap.
But is this not the Anthony Davis question? In other words, when LeBron is off the floor, AD needs to carry this team. Last night, he was great.
Yes.
But without LeBron on the floor, as you're pointing out, it's not functioning well as a team.
Yes, but it's not just AD. D'Angelo Russell shot great in the preseason, hasn't shot great yet. Austin Reeves
has
great in the
been
preseason.
not good
These
at all.
These 2 games, not great. Torian Prince, great in game 1, didn't
Terrible
really score
last
last night. Gabe Vincent was great defensively. You know, I hope people.
What did he end up like 1 of 11 from 3 or something? He kept shooting threes.
Who?
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, he didn't take that many, but
D'Lo was 1 of 7. He was taking all the threes.
Yeah, but he can make them. I've seen him make them. He's just not making them now. So it's not just AD. I think because AD gets paid max money and he's a superstar, and we point to him right away when they win or lose. People say, well, AD has to carry the team when LeBron's out. But doesn't he have to get something from the other guys?
Yeah, nobody's really popped. Nobody's really popped in either of
the
these
way they won
games.
that game last night was in the fourth quarter. They locked up defensively. I mean, without that, they erased a 12-point deficit, and Durant was making everything. But in the fourth quarter, they held the Suns to 26% shooting.
Yeah.
And they also made them there was 10 turnovers in the fourth. So for Phoenix. So the Lakers won that game with defense.
Right. And by the way, the other thing, John, is they only got 25 points from the bench. This is
26 in Denver and 25 last
25
night.
here.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of production. Like, why isn't Rui Hachimura playing more?
He only played 12 minutes last night, but because they didn't take LeBron out.
Right.
You know,
right.
But Rui will play more, and Sacramento's going to be a good test. Sacramento, where we fly to Sacramento tomorrow.
Yep.
And we play them on Sunday, and then Orlando. I don't know if anybody noticed this. Orlando in their first game won by like 30. They're not the terrible Orlando Magic that they are every other year.
Right.
So these are real games, Sunday and Monday.
Sure.
And I think it's easy to point a finger at AD, but the other guy's got to do something too. So hopefully these other guys, like Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell,
will be better.
Are better than the way they've played in these first two games.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who watches the Lakers would tell you that. So I think I'm looking for a good weekend out of both those dudes.
Yeah.
Do you think at all that D'Angelo Russell could, and it might be hard for you to answer, maybe Mace.
Yes.
Do you think that D'Angelo Russell is more of an asset and could be moved at the trade deadline
based on his
contract? Right.
Based on his contract, he is a movable asset. Now, I think we're a ways off from discussing that.
You guys, I'm not making this up. I'm not just saying this to be a contrarian. D'Angelo Russell was our best player in the preseason. He's better than LeBron and better than AD.
Sure.
It's just these two games he hasn't hit.
I'm not really going off these two games. It's more of like even last year where he got played off the floor in the postseason.
Right. But we played a preseason game in Vegas. And he went head-to-head with De'Aaron Fox and outplayed him the whole time. He went head-to-head with Steph and outplayed Steph. Now, again, these are preseason
Well, the preseason
games.
is over. Now the games count for real.
So the question is, can he do it in regular season games? I'm really high on Russell. I think he showed me in the preseason that he could be a big difference maker. But
I like that he said he wants to be like Derek White and just be their consummate role player.
And he's got to make those shots.
Right.
I mean, do you have the box score in front of you?
Yeah.
What were they from three? They were
5. I
think maybe 5 of 29.
5 of 29.
You know, that's all preseason. They shot great from three.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And then 5. I can't believe
you win when you go 5 of 29
That's what I was just going to say.
three.
I can't believe they shot 5 of 29 and won the game.
17% from 3. It's helped by the fact that KD or the Suns were 29% from 3, so they didn't shoot the lights out.
Kevin Durant is just
he's an
unguardable player.
He had one shot where he's falling out of bounds
with two guys hanging on him.
Somehow made that shot from.
I mean, at least 3 times last night I went, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just an unbelievable player.
All right, so coming up for you, we are going to spin the wheel of questions. Don't forget 2:30 today. 5 questions about all the stuff we said on the show this week. If you can answer them, you get a pair of 5th row seats to see Lakers Orlando Monday at Crypto.com Arena. It's 5th row Fridays, and we'll do that coming up at 2:30. Also, we've got Matthew Berry coming up at 2:15. Matthew with some fantasy football. My team needs a medic. We'll talk to Matthew about that. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, Bibigo is the official game day snack of the Lakers. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Did Morales say he got Bibigo at the game last night?
Yeah.
Why didn't he bring any to me? Keep your freezer stocked with Bibigo for a delicious meal in minutes. Korea's #1 food brand is making the whole world more delicious. Minimum effort, maximum flavor. It's available in major grocery stores in the freezer aisle. Bibigo Mandu are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Every day is the day to live delicious with Bibigo.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the repeat as the playoffs start Saturday.
Shot, goal!
The black and gold march their way into the playoffs, led by the top scorer in MLS.
Getty!
There's no stopping the Golden Boot winner now.
Oh, that's how you win a Golden Boot, baby!
It's the Audi MLS Cup Playoffs, Round 1, Game 1, LAFC versus Vancouver. Pre-game starts at 4:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen.
Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is good. If you could sing like any famous singer in the world, living or dead, who would it be? You can sing like any famous singer in the world, living or dead, who would it be?
Frank Sinatra.
Summer Wind.
Yeah, The Voice.
The Voice.
Yeah, Sinatra for me.
Sinatra's the best. You saw him in concert, right?
Yep. At the end of his life, and the teleprompter had very large letters on it.
Can I just point out, every concert I've been to this year, and I've been to a bunch, have got a teleprompter with lyrics.
Even for young artists.
Even Taylor Swift had a teleprompter.
Wow.
Bergman, what about you? Singing, living or dead person, who would you want?
It was going to be Frank Sinatra, because that's pretty much the easiest thing. I want to be a crooner. If you can be a crooner.
Crooner, yeah.
Well, if you want someone more modern, like you can go Michael Bublé, you can go Harry
But
Connick,
I don't want to
you
be
can
Michael
go
Bublé. I mean, I like his voice, but then you're just copying essentially Frank Sinatra.
I like Michael
so
Bublé.
I don't know, he's good. How about I could go in the same genre, Dean Martin or Sammy Davis Jr. I just like Sammy Davis Jr.'s voice.
Because Cappy does the impression?
He does it so
Cappy's impression. Very funny Sammy Davis Jr. impression.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
And that's probably how that got stuck in my head.
Okay, Brian?
Do you even have to ask?
I don't even need to ask.
All the time.
His biopic is coming out
Next year.
Next
it's
year.
supposed to be good.
It looks really, really good. For me, I would say I would like to sing like Michael Jackson.
You're going to go high.
High.
Yeah.
High. You know who else sings like You know who's got that high range is The Weeknd has that high range.
So does Adam Levine.
Adam Levine says I saw an interview with Adam Levine where he said he thinks people accuse him of auto-tuning because he is so perfect on pitch.
Right.
That they think it must be fixed, but he really has pure sound pitch. So, all right, there you have it. There's your wheel of questions. So Rams, I'm not feeling good about Sunday. Normally I come in here and I'm like rocking, excited about the Rams. I came across some numbers that are very discouraging, John. The Cowboys, in the last 10 years, 7-3 coming off a bye week.
Okay.
The Cowboys, 10-game home winning streak.
Really?
Yeah, 10-game home winning streak.
Isn't that a little misleading? Because didn't they lose to the Niners in the playoffs last year? That must be a regular season streak.
Right. They're unbeaten at home this year, it's fair to say.
All right.
So I think that it's really going to come down to how effectively they are able to run the football with Royce Freeman and with Darrell Henderson, and how committed is Sean McVay to running the football when you get deeper into the second half.
All right, this is going to test your guys' memory, but didn't the Rams play the Cowboys at SoFi last year?
You're testing my memory. I don't recall.
I seem to remember
it has been
them
7 seasons.
playing. Maybe it was 2 years ago, but
I think it was a couple of years ago.
But it's weird that you would play Dallas 2 years in a row.
Yeah, they got the NFC East this year, so they got Cowboys. They got
it must have been a couple of years ago.
They're playing in Green Bay 2 years in a row.
They played in Green Bay last year?
Oh, yeah, right.
They did.
I remember Mark Cates was at that Green Bay game last year. So, yeah, it's weird.
Well, as you see, Mace, they're picking the games on NFL Live right now. Look how many people pick the Rams. Look at that TV above your head.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Every picker has picked the Cowboys.
Yes, every single one has picked the Cowboys. I still think if the Rams were to win this game on Sunday, and they're I think they're 6.5 point underdogs. I think it's 6.5. If they were to win this game, then I would say you've got to go out and do something at the deadline. I think it's a critical
Tuesday,
game. Tuesday,
right?
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
Rams are 6.5 point dogs in Dallas. By the way, Chargers are 9 point favorites at home versus the Bears. That's my mom's survivor pick.
Which one?
Chargers over Bears.
Well, the Bears just announced today no Justin Fields. So
yeah, he's got a dislocated thumb.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I thought he was gone for a while.
What are you doing for a quarterback?
Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdown passes last night.
And almost a Hail Mary at the end.
Including to Mike Evans, who is also my receiver. So I'm on the board 25-0 to start the week on a Thursday. Vegas is an 8-point dog at Detroit on Monday. That's a Monday night game, right?
Yes, that's the third leg of my parlay. I'm doing a weird parlay this weekend. I'm betting against all the teams I root for.
Right.
So I root for UCLA, but I think the spread's too high. So I took Colorado, and I get 18.
Yep.
I think USC is going to beat Cal by more than 11, so I took USC. And then on Monday night, I took the Lions to beat the Raiders by more than 8.
By the way, you caught UCLA at a really good time because the line has shrunk to 15.5, and you got it at
18. But yeah, it's either they're going to blow them out or they're not. I just think Colorado's going to show up.
Yeah. So you came across something interesting today that I wanted to jump in here. Dan Patrick, who's got a TV show and obviously is on the radio too, was telling a story on a podcast.
Yeah, there's a podcast with Clarissa Thompson and Aaron Andrews that they do together.
Yep.
And they had Dan on as their guest.
And Dan was asked about OJ Simpson.
And did you ever interview him after the murders? And he said, oh, yeah. And then he said this.
I interviewed OJ Simpson. I made a terrible mistake. And we just talked football and USC and all those things. And we were changing tapes. So I did 30 minutes, and then we stopped. We're just sitting next to each other, like 4 feet apart. And he goes, you think I did it? And I go, did what? I wanted him to say it. So I said, did what? And he said, killed those 2 people. And I said, yes.
Could you do that?
If he asked me,
yeah,
do you think I did it? I would say yes. I do.
You wouldn't be afraid of him, like, killing you then?
I don't think he'll murder again.
But you don't know?
No, I don't know. I would absolutely.
Do we have to say allegedly still?
No.
To keep from getting sued?
He was found more likely than not to have committed the murders.
Is this like once a cheater, always a cheater? Once a murderer, always a murderer?
No, I agree with
no, it is true that once you're a murderer, you're always a murderer.
Yeah, I agree with Mason, though. I don't think he'll kill again.
Especially since OJ asked. OJ said, do you think I did it? My instant reaction would be, of course.
What about this? I've told this story before, but not recently. My buddy Tom Murray used to live in Brentwood around the corner from OJ. Mm-hmm. And Murray was a sportscaster, and OJ was a sportscaster before the murders. And so they would always exchange pleasantries.
Yep.
And so Murray's jogging in the neighborhood one day, and OJ's out of his mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, "Hey, Tom." Just kind of waves to him. And Murray, without lifting his head or making eye contact, just runs by him and says, "Guilty, guilty, guilty, guilty." And he keeps running.
Good for him.
And but I've always said, if I'm being dead honest, I saw OJ in a Houston's once.
Okay.
And I don't think he knows who I am.
Right.
But Lisa asked me, hey, if he would have walked up to you and stuck out his hand and said, "Hey, John Ireland, OJ Simpson, I'm a fan of your work," would I have shook his hand?
You would have.
I would have.
Yeah.
Because I want to avoid a
confrontation.
Scene. Yeah. And I would have said, "Hey, thanks very much," and I would have kept going. Now I wouldn't have hung around to talk to him, or I wouldn't have hung around and go, "Oh, by the way, I think you did it."
Yeah, right.
So I give Dan some props for that.
Sure.
That he said yes. By the way, he said, "I made a huge mistake
by agreeing to the interview."
Do you think that's what he was talking about?
What I thought he made a huge mistake by bringing on a double murderer and then asking him about USC football.
Well, I remember one time Chris Myers was hosting Up Close.
Yeah, sure.
And the Roy Firestone show that started. And then Gary Miller did it for a while, and then Chris did it for a while. And,
right.
And he had OJ on for 30 minutes and asked him no football questions. And OJ got bent. OJ at the end goes, "Nice talking football with you." And Chris didn't flinch. Every question he asked was about the murders.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he knew he had OJ in a captive audience, and he just wasn't going to let him go. I think that's what you almost have to do.
All right, so coming up for you is an action-packed hour. We're going to do What's Up, Fool, coming up next.
What's up, fool?
Then Matthew Berry is going to join us, the talented Mr. Roto. Then we're going to do Fifth Row Fridays. Do we have a question from today? I'm sure we've got a question somehow from today.
Yeah,
we will at some point.
And we'll do that at 2:30 today. And then we've got Game of Games. So a big hour coming up. Mason in Ireland, it is officially...
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
710 ESPN.
All right, tell him to tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, ZipRecruiter is the only way to go. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. As my buddy Ian Siegel says, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, they leave nothing to chance. ZipRecruiter uses computerized, powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 companies who use ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So think about this, what I'm saying for a second here, folks. You can do it for free. You can get a candidate in 1 day. You can have this off your plate by the end of today, tomorrow at the latest. What are you waiting for? Go to that website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the...
Officially back, Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, "Hey, give me Laker tickets"?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the repeat as the playoffs start Saturday.
Shot, go!
The black and gold march their way into the playoffs, led by the top scorer in MLS.
Getty!
There's no stopping the Golden Boot winner now.
Oh, there That's how you win a golden boot, baby!
It's the Audi MLS Cup Playoffs, Round 1, Game 1, LAFC versus Vancouver. Pregame starts at 4:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so do you ever buy something just because a celebrity tells you to do it, John?
Well, I told the story earlier that I got those Air Jordans for a wedding present. I've only wanted the Air Jordans because Michael Jordan advertised. Does that count?
Those are shoes. Yeah, I'm kind of like someone that is selling you a product that's not theirs. I don't know.
Do I think celebrity endorsements work?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking
Yes.
me? Yeah. I depends who the celebrity is.
All right,
Yeah,
let's see.
it depends on the celebrity, it depends on the item, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but at times I think I'm persuaded by famous people saying stuff about products.
Like, I'll tell you this. I wouldn't have tried Dos Hombres if not for
That's
Bryan
a very
Cranston.
good example.
That's a good example.
And I tried it, and I love it, so now I buy it.
Okay, that's a very fair analysis. All right, so then how about this one? Martin Scorsese is joining AMC Stubbs A-list because he explains, if I see 2 movies a month, it pays for itself. So now that he does it, Martin Scorsese is doing the AMC Stubbs A-list. Will you go do it now?
No, because I don't go to the movies, but I think you should do it, Mace.
Yeah, Juan has been telling me for months, why don't you go do the AMC Stubbs thing? Because you go to the movies 4 or 5 times a month, it would more than pay for itself. But now that Martin Scorsese is doing it, I'm definitely in.
So this is actually going to sway you to go do it.
Marty Scorsese, the man who made Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm in.
Because so basically, you can see see 3 movies every week. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be the Dolby one.
That's Mason.
IMAX.
That's what you do.
3D. Anything.
You should absolutely do this. This would be like a thing for me and you where if we paid $20 a month, we could play golf at any golf course we want.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
You know, but for Mason, movies are his golf.
Right.
He goes to more movies. He goes to movies.
That's
as much
a very interesting way to describe it. Movies
go-
are my golf.
Yeah, you go to as many movies as I go to golf courses.
Yeah.
So I mean, if for a movie person like Mace, I think they should do it.
So you are going to do it now, Mace.
I
Are you
am.
signing
In
for it
fact,
right
I
now?
will start tomorrow because I'm going to go see The Killer. Which is
Flower
the
Moon?
new David Fincher movie. No, a lot of killer movies coming out. This is just The Killer. It stars Michael Fassbender. It's directed by David Fincher. How can it not be great?
Are you going to go see Five Nights at Freddy's?
I'm
I
not.
watched that last night.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What is
It's
that?
already
Was it
on
good?
Peacock.
Oh, is it on Peacock?
It's a little cheesy.
Okay, so my 12-year-old Riley is dying to see this. Is
I don't
it
even
okay
know what
for-
this is. What's the?
It's about animatronics that come to life and basically slice you up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too gruesome. Like it's
It
not,
sounds really gruesome.
Right, but
something slices you up sounds gruesome.
Was that the right way to put it, Brian?
Yeah. But I mean, there's like kids in the movie kind of deal. I don't know. It's not that bad. I would say that.
I'll tell you this much: when I was walking around the movie theater last night, the Regal, they are showing it on probably 5 screens. Every theater I walked by said Freddy's. What is it, Freddy's?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It's showing on every screen over there. It's either Taylor Swift or Freddy or that stupid thing I went to see.
I don't get that they released it. It came out on Peacock the same day it was in theaters. So I don't get why people would go see that.
Well, here's the thing. It's still going to, I mean, I was reading some tracking stuff from Deadline. It's still going to do $40 million this weekend, even though it's on Peacock. I guess not. Do you have Peacock?
Do I have
Yeah.
it? Yes.
Yeah, I think I use Peacock a lot. There's a lot of good stuff on Peacock. So yeah, I'm surprised it's going to do as well as it is. But I mean, this is a new world, man. I think especially with horror movies, people like to be in a big dark theater with a bunch of other people reacting and you know, screaming or whatever it is. So I understand why you want to see a scary movie in the theaters. But yeah, I'm not going to check it out. I'm not going to check it out. I'm done with horror movies. I don't like I don't want movies that scare the hell out of me.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so there's been a viral tweet going around. It was reposted by ESPN's main Twitter account, and it says, athletes should be able to gamble on us average people at our jobs. Let's see how 80 likes when I rack up 4 hours of screen time and a 6-hour shift when he took under 3.5 hours. So my question to you guys is, if this was a real thing, what is something that, like, an average person could bet on you guys during the show?
Okay.
Is there something that you could think of that, like, under how many times you do something? Or
well, this is my 47th consecutive show.
That's
so
a good one.
That's a good bet. I'm the streak ends in, I think, 13 days.
Yeah, I mean, you can bet on anything. I have a group of friends that we literally bet on anything. Like, I'll just tell you guys. On the plane, we bet, I mean, on the dumbest stuff imaginable. Like, whose bag is coming off the luggage truck first?
Right.
Everybody throws in.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, everybody throws in
that's
$5,
funny.
and then you watch the bags come off, and you're just rooting for your bag to come off
Life
first.
is better when you got a little action on
Who's
everything.
the first? Who's the first? Like, hey, I'll bet you $1 that Russell gets off the bus before Reeves. You're on.
Oh, there
and
you go.
sit and watch him get off the bus.
wow.
You know,
You'll bet on
dumb,
anything,
yeah,
yeah.
dumb stuff. Not
Got
a lot
it.
of money. My standard bet with Michael is $1. Like, I'll give you a standing bet, Mike, on it. You guys know Red Panda.
Yeah.
Red Panda's getting up there.
Red Panda, by the way, is a woman on a unicorn who kicks bulls on a unicycle,
So
kicking bulls
every
onto
time,
her head.
Every time she performs at a game, Michael and I are that. I get $1 if she drops even one bowl.
She's
if
lost her fastball.
Yeah, if she's flawless, then I have to pay Michael $1. And lately, Michael's been having to pay me pretty regularly. And I feel bad because I don't want Red Panda to drop bowls, but that's the right
How
side
old
of the
is
bet.
Red Panda?
I don't know. Wow.
She's been doing this. It's got to be
she tore
20
up her
years.
ACL
did
about a
she?
year ago, and but she's back. It's pretty amazing. But I would guess Red Panda's in her 50s.
She looks good.
Yeah.
do you guys have a running tab, or do you actually give
No,
up the
you
dollar?
have to pay on the
Okay,
spot.
nice. All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so you guys were just talking about the Rams running back situation, and
Yep.
Adrian Peterson was on RG3's podcast that released yesterday and said that he still feels that he could be playing football and he would outperform all these young kids that he sees playing today. So, Mace, if now you know that AP still wants to get back into the league,
Yeah.
would you have liked to see, the Rams last week go and pick him up instead,
Yeah,
or see
no,
what he's got?
Not at all.
Why?
No clue. Because I think that Adrian Peterson faded. Running backs fade.
Yeah.
He faded at the end. I mean, I want young legs. I liked what I saw from Darrell Henderson and Royce Freeman. Both looked good this last week. I don't think they need to add an older guy. And I suggested, hey, why not go get Saquon Barkley for a third-round pick or something like that if they win on Sunday. But I don't think Adrian Peterson is the answer to the Rams running back equation.
What's up, Foo?
Netflix released a survey that revealed 46% of couples commit Netflix cheating.
Which is how is that defined?
So it's defined by couples that say they'll watch the show together, but the other, your other significant other
I'm guilty
will
of
go
this.
on and watch it without you guys.
Yeah.
So you are.
I did not be guilty of
I
that.
am guilty of this, because I'm on the road all the time,
Right.
So I'll just start right now. I'm going back through Suits again, just because I hadn't seen it in 10 years. And Lisa likes it, but she doesn't care if I watch without her.
Yeah, Juan has a bunch of shows that he watches, and I always say, if it's just go without me. Just do it without me. I'm not going to be on this ride. I like for us to be watching the same show, but it's not always possible. So yes, there is some cheating. What did I last cheat with? I cheated with The Continental, I think, which was that show based on John Wick that was on Peacock. That was really, really good. I just went ahead and watched that. That's just my show. So yeah, I think a lot of people do cheating because they can't agree on what to watch.
Right. I recently, that show John mentioned, The Lioness.
Yeah.
Me and my fiance started watching that. We're about 4 episodes in.
Yeah,
What do you
good,
think?
Right?
Oh, I loved it. I get home
that
from work
girl
one
is
day.
a badass.
Oh,
the
no,
one
it's a
that
great show.
they're training to be the lioness.
Right. I get home from work one day, though, and she's on the last episode without me.
Yeah,
And I have not gone back and watched it since.
Yeah, that
is a betrayal.
Right, that's what I'm
a
saying.
betrayal.
Yeah, but that's good that she did it to you because now you have a freebie, Brian.
Right, there we go.
You can do it to her now.
What's up, fool?
Okay, so I saw this yesterday, and it got me a little scared here. Scientists are now saying that the most common banana that makes up about 48% of the bananas consumed by humans may be extinct in 10 years due to fungus. So my question to you guys is, how much of the banana, or how big of a banana guy are you, kind of deal? I eat bananas every day.
I eat 2 every single day.
Do you really?
2 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I rarely eat bananas.
Really?
Rarely eat bananas. Because you know
Yeah,
why?
that would change my life.
Yeah,
if
same.
that happens.
Every single day, I'm at least one.
See, I have a different banana view than everybody else. A different banana view. I don't like yellow bananas. I like when they start to get a little brown.
You're like Lisa.
Yeah, I like
I'm
them
the opposite
very,
of you.
very
I
ripe.
actually like them green.
Yeah, see, I don't like them green. I like them sort of, like dissolved and soft and brown
Lisa's
and
like
delicious.
you. She wants them a little worn.
Yeah, a little worn.
I like them as new as I can get them.
Yeah,
because they last longer. And by the way, here's a tip: don't buy organic bananas. They only last like a day. Then
Is that right?
They turn brown like that.
Yeah.
You buy the regular ones; they're good. But yeah, if bananas become extinct in 10 years, I'm screwed.
Yeah, same. Oh, Bananas Foster, by far best
Oh
dessert
my
ever.
God, Bananas Foster is great.
Banana
dessert.
cream
I'm not gonna
pie
argue there.
can't be beat.
Oh, that banana pudding they brought in was the last week.
banana
With vanilla
pudding.
wafers in it?
Lazy Dog?
Yeah.
that was really good.
From Lazy Dog, that stuff was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Now, bananas I love when it's like pudding and custard and stuff like that. I'll always go for that.
Boy, that's going to depress me that you told me that.
Right, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
10 years, though, so maybe they'll find a
Save
solution.
the bananas!
What's up, fool?
I got one more for you guys
Okay.
here. So earlier this week, Michael Parsons went on to say, if there's a bad girl in attendance, that you're going to go on and play better, which is why Travis Kelce has been playing so good while Taylor Swift is there. So my question to you guys is, it's true, right, that if you have a baddie in attendance, that you're going to play a little better because you want
Now,
to show
define
out?
for the purposes of this question, what is a bad girl in your mind?
Just like, a hot girl.
Okay.
kinda.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, 100%. You will play better if you're trying to impress a girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. You're trying to impress her. So, yeah, Travis Kelce is having much bigger games when Taylor Swift is there versus when she's not, although she's there most of the time now, right?
She's there at all the home games. I think she went to one road
She
game
did go
in
to
New
one
York.
road game,
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, don't you think that's natural that you would work harder to impress your girl when she's in the
definitely.
crowd?
Yeah.
Allison, when you put on a good
Right.
show for Allison?
Oh, yeah. If she was sitting right here, I'd be flawless.
You were in our softball game, right?
Yeah.
Was
she-
Allison there?
She was. I went 2 for 2.
You went
There
2 for
you
2.
go. There
we go.
Exactly.
Proof is in
There
the
you
pudding.
go.
Banana pudding.
Juan wasn't there. I went 1 for 3 with 2 groundouts to the pitcher.
And a
All
face
right.
plant.
So, all right, this hour is going to get crazy.
Yes.
Because Matthew Berry's going to come on next. Then we're giving away Fifth Row Friday tickets. Now, let me give a little advice to you people that are competing for the Fifth Row Friday tickets. You have to answer a question from each show this week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today. If you haven't been listening, you won't win. The questions are
Yes.
too hard. So leave the lines for people that have been listening and paying attention, and give them a shot to win. And Greg, is it 2 tickets or 4 for Fifth Row Friday?
2.
It's 2 tickets.
2 tickets in the 5th row.
Yes,
Like
in the
15
fifth row.
rows better than Michael and me.
Yes.
All right, so that's coming up at 2:30.
And by the way, we've looked at the questions. They're hard.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been listening every day, don't even try. You
Yeah.
won't win.
By the way, Red Panda, her real name is Wrong Niu, Niu. She's
Hi, wrong. Wrong like I'm right or wrong?
RONG. Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong Niu. She
old?
is 53 years old.
So I was right.
Yeah, she rides a 7'2" high unicycle.
So, one time her unicycle got stolen in baggage claim,
No, really?
and the Warriors bought her a new one.
Oh, that's very
Because I think it happened at their airport.
Yeah, right.
So they bought her a new one.
All right, coming up next for you, Matthew Berry's going to join us. You can tweet us any this or that. We're not going to take calls, but tweet us this or that. I've got this guy, I've got that guy. We'll relay some of those to Matthew as we get ready for a big fantasy football weekend. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Oh, and by the way, Mason is at Venice Mace, and I'm at LA Ireland. That's where you send. That's where you send your questions for Matthew Berry. All right, let me tell you about Mirror Audio Video. They've been serving LA sports fans for more than 40 years. Why? Isaac and Roy and the team at Mirror can deliver for you products and services others just don't offer. Cutting-edge home automation from Crestron, Lutron, and Control4. You want to have one-touch control over everything, from your pool to your lights to your window shades? Mirror is the place. Better, faster Wi-Fi? Gotta be Mirror. World-class customer service at this place. Can't stress that enough. When you call some big company, they throw you into phone jail? Not going to happen with Mirror. Don't believe me? Try it right now. 310-234-4010. 310-234-4010. You call, and Isaac or Roy picks up the phone, and just like that, you're taken care of. So give them a call. Tell them Mason and Ireland sent you. They'll hook you up for sure. One more time, here's the number. 310-234-4010. That's Mirror Audio Video in Westwood.
You never have to.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the repeat as the playoffs start Saturday.
Shot goal!
The black and gold march their way into the playoffs, led by the top scorer in MLS.
Getty!
There's no stopping the Golden Boot winner now.
Oh, that's how you win a Golden Boot, baby!
It's the Audi MLS Cup Playoffs, Round 1, Game 1, LAFC versus Vancouver. Pre-game starts at 4:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me
Rams on the road to Dallas on Sunday, and we got a lot of fantasy football to talk about. Joining us right now is the talented Mr. Roto, Matthew Berry. Matthew, how you doing, man?
I'm good. It's week 8. I'm ready to go.
Love it. And Matthew, Lamar Jackson has kind of found his stride. I know you've always said that he's a great guy to have in fantasy. Patrick Mahomes is still, unbelievable. Josh Allen had a good night the other night. I'm just curious, if you could pick one quarterback for the rest of the season, so you get, clear your roster, you get any quarterback you want moving forward, who would you take?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I think it's all those guys, right? I mean, I think, and Hurts is in the list as well. I probably would take Josh Allen just because of the combination of the rushing, and it feels like they've gotten their offense back in track. He is the number 1 quarterback in fantasy right now, so I don't think you could screw any of those up. Lamar, Mahomes, Hurts, Josh Allen, they're all elite. But if you're asking me, I'd probably take Josh Allen.
So, Matthew, I've got a friend who's in a fantasy football league, and he's got a running back problem.
His name is Meave Stason.
And he's got Zach Moss, Miles Sanders, and Ezekiel Elliott. He needs to pick one.
Yeah, he definitely has a problem. Yeah, I mean, there's multiple problems actually there.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Miles Sanders. if I had to. Look, I have Sanders at 25, Moss at 27. Moss showed up on the injury report today as questionable, which makes me a little bit nervous as well. Going against the Saints, it's the top 12 run defense as well. I know they ran well last week against Cleveland, but my expectation is Jonathan Taylor sort of overtakes that backfield, especially with Moss less than 100%. Miles Sanders officially off the injury report fully, so he should get the start against Houston for Carolina this week, off the bye as well. So Miles Sanders for me, damning with faint praise here, but he's your best option.
I'll take the faint praise. All of it I can get.
All right, Matthew, a lot of people tweeting in. This from Mark. I have to decide between Donta Foreman and Devin Singletary. Who's the better running back to start this week?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll tell you, because we just don't know Devin Singletary's role, right? That's the issue. Like, he actually played more snaps for the Houston Texans, and it's a great matchup, obviously, going against Carolina. The other issue is we just don't know with Deontay Foreman how much Roschon Johnson is going to play. We expect Roschon Johnson to play. They're on the road at the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. I'm going to go with Devin Singletary just because I think it's the best matchup. Panthers are a bottom 2 run defense over the last 4 weeks, and Singletary. So even if Dameon Pierce retakes his starting role, Singletary should have a decent enough role in a game in which the Texans are favored, and they should be able to run the ball effectively. Foreman, I know it was a huge game last week, but with Roschon Johnson, they're over I'm worried that Foreman, who has literally zero passing game involvement, just might be phased out of the game.
All right, Christopher Holmes wants to know Jared Goff or C.J. Stroud?
Jared Goff. Love the game at home, going against Las Vegas. Give me Jared Goff.
Cole Kmet or Pitts from Atlanta? That one from Greeza.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
I get it. It's not a great matchup with Tennessee, and I know Kyle Pitts has been up and down, but Cole Kmet's been brutal. So, especially with Tyson Bagent.
Here's one that I think is interesting. Greeza wants to know Tyjae Spears or Brian Robinson. Now,
Bijan Robinson. Right?
Oh, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, it must be Bijan Robinson.
It's Bijan.
Bijan. Okay.
I actually assumed it was Brian Robinson because that's a closer conversation.
It is Brian Robinson.
Okay,
it is Brian
fault.
Robinson. How do you pronounce Spears' first name? Is it Tyjae?
Tyjae.
Now, the one thing I'll say about Tyjae Spears is if Derrick Henry gets traded, he's legit a number 1 guy, right?
Correct. He'd be Tyjae Spears would be a top 15 running back if and when Henry gets traded. He's certainly been on the rumor mill. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this weekend. Looks like Derrick Henry will be there for the Falcons game. But I would go with Brian Robinson. Look, I get it. He hasn't been great. Eagles have a very good run defense. We're seeing a little bit too much Chris Rodriguez along with Antonio Gibson in the Commanders' backfield, but still scored a touchdown against the Eagles last time they played. Still scored a touchdown. He's got the better shot at getting into the end zone. I have Robinson at 30. I have Spears at 38. Falcons actually for all the frustrations we have with Arthur Smith about the offense, their defense has played really well. They're a top 5 run defense over the last month.
Matthew, Pickens from the Steelers or Palmer from the Chargers for wide receiver?
I'm going to say Pickens just because we don't know about Josh Palmer. He showed up. He worked out a little bit today, but he's listed as questionable. It's a Sunday night game on NBC. Of course, I'm a company man, and the fact is that I would just hate to be going into Sunday night and all of a sudden he's a scratch. It looks like he's going to be a game time decision. I think you're just better off with Pickens in this one. Just playing it safe. By the way, Jacksonville, you can throw on the Jaguars, and they should be down in that game. So I'll go with George Pickens.
All right, Eddie894 wants to know Drake London or Jacoby Myers.
I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers. Again,
interesting.
Detroit's a bottom 5. Yeah, Jacoby Myers has been fantastic. He's been really, really good, and I get it. Drake London has been better, certainly, but Desmond Ridder is brutal on the road this year. When he is away, and this game's in Tennessee, when he's been out on the road, Titans very quietly, by the way, a top 10 pass defense over the last 4 weeks. When he's been on the road this year, I'm going to go Jacoby Myers, and honestly, I don't think it's all that close. I'm Jacoby Myers at 15 this week, just to give you an idea.
All right, Matthew, this
isn't
a straight fantasy question. This is more, and you're doing a lot of stuff outside fantasy for NBC now.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, who do you think the biggest name that could move is? We won't talk to you again before the trade deadline on Tuesday. I'm hearing Derrick Henry. I'm hearing Saquon Barkley.
Sure.
What are you hearing?
I think it's unlikely Barkley gets moved. Never say never, but I think it's unlikely that Barkley gets moved. I do think Derrick Henry has a real shot at getting moved. In terms of big names, not necessarily production, but, Dalvin Cook is out there as well. He's obviously unhappy with his role with the Jets, and it's really become Breece Hall's backfield. So Dalvin Cook's a big name, hasn't really had the production this year, but that's another guy I could see. But for the most part, it feels like, and the only other name that I'll throw out there, and I haven't even really heard it, but I wonder if DeAndre Hopkins, who's another big name,
right?
At this stage of his career, if they're selling everything, right, and they already traded Kevin Byard, their all-pro safety, the Titans did, to Philadelphia. So they're already in sell mode, right, so to speak. So if I could see somebody wanting to take DeAndre Hopkins, and I could see DeAndre Hopkins who wants to play for a winner. I mean, that's one of the reasons why he got out of Arizona, and now he's sort of stuck in the same spot with Tennessee. He can't be happy about this. So I could see Hopkins trying to, agreeing to a trade or restructuring his deal so that the Titans could move him if there's interest there.
All right. Hey, listen, Matthew, thank you as always for coming up. Matthew is everywhere. You get the Fantasy Life newsletter every single day. I get that in my email box. You're on Peacock. You've got your podcast. You've got your love-hate list.
You're killing it on Sunday Night Football. Just killing it, man.
Yeah.
I look forward to every time they bring you on.
I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Football Night in America is always a lot of fun. Fantasy football pregame Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Obviously, that's on Peacock and the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. We answer more questions. If you didn't get your question answered today during the segment, we answer more questions than any other pregame show. So check us out. The show is always available. By the way, the daily show that you mentioned, Fantasy Football Happy Hour, that's available on demand on Peacock, on the NFL on NBC YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, my love-hate column is at rotoworld.com, NBCsports.com. And I appreciate the kind words about the FantasyLife.com newsletter.
Yeah,
we
both
do a
get
great
it.
job with that.
Yeah,
First thing I do every morning, man.
All right, Matthew, have a great weekend, man. Thanks again for coming on.
Appreciate you guys.
See ya.
There's Matthew Berry, the talented Mr. Roto. And now,
Can't wait.
5 questions for Fifth Row Friday. Have you been listening all week long? Have you been keeping notes all week long?
And if you like, let me give you an example. If you missed a day, like I wasn't listening on Wednesday, hang up.
Yeah.
All right, you're not. Give somebody a chance to get through that's been listening every day.
Yeah, these questions are legit tough. So we will put them to you coming up next. 877-710-ESPN for Fifth Row Fridays, brought to you by Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Hey, if you've been hurt in an auto accident, my friend Jacob, like this weekend, you'll be out driving around. Here's what you want to think about if you're involved in an accident. Long-term health. Jacob gets calls every day from people who, like a year ago or 2 years ago, were in an accident, but they never went to see a doctor, and then 6 months or a year later or more, they're feeling intense back pain, and they think it was from the accident, but because you went to see didn't go see the doctor and get it documented, it's impossible to prove. So now you got to pay out of pocket to go see a doctor and get diagnosed and get treatment. Instead of all that, if you're injured in an accident, don't wait. Call Jacob. Jacob and his team will schedule doctor's appointments for you, so you're immediately receiving the care you need while not paying a penny out of pocket. Health is everything. So if you're injured, don't wait. Call Jacob. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com, and Jacob wants to thank everybody who walked with him and his team at the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk last Saturday. To make a donation, go to call.jacob on Instagram or the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie on Facebook for more information and to donate to this more than worthy cause. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, Give me Laker tickets.
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Little Eddie Murphy on a Friday. So what's up, people? It is 5th Row Fridays, and this is the coolest prize we give away all year long. It is seats in the 5th row for a Lakers game. In this case, Lakers versus Orlando on Monday. It's all presented by Bibigo, the official game day sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. There's a question from Monday, from Tuesday, from Wednesday, all the way through today. Answer all 5, and you're in the 5th row for a Lakers game. Let's start out with caller number 7. That's Eric in Palmdale. Eric, you're on 710. What are you ready to go, man?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Eric, good luck. Here's question number 1 from Monday's show. How old is Mason's dog, Sophie?
Ooh.
If you don't know, take a guess.
Yeah, it's. I'm guessing 17 years old.
Absolutely correct.
Were you really guessing, or did you have that written down?
No, I didn't have it written down. It was either 17 or 18, but
yeah, 17. You nailed
All right,
it, man.
4 more, and you get the 5th row tickets.
Okay,
Here we
this
go.
is from Tuesday's show. How long do I say it takes me to drive home from a Rams game?
hour and a half.
Sorry about that. Good try.
We immediately go to caller number 8. That's Robert in Diamond Bar. Robert, welcome. Good afternoon. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, Robert, hope you were listening. How old is Mason's dog, Sophie?
17.
Okay, how long, this is from Tuesday's show, how long do I say it takes me to drive home from Rams games?
20 minutes.
Okay, 2 down. Let's see who's next.
Okay, let's go to Kevin in Compton. Kevin, you're on 710. Hey, man, are you ready to roll?
Ready.
All right, Kevin, let's knock this out. How old is Mason's dog, Sophie?
17.
How long do I say it takes me to drive home from Rams games?
3 hours.
Okay, if we're just guessing, if we're just purely guessing, you don't really have a chance.
Yeah, if you're on hold and you don't know the answer to that question, how long does it take Mason to drive home from Rams? He said it twice.
Yeah.
Hang up.
Yeah, just hang
You're
up.
not going to get it.
You're not going to randomly come up with this number.
Okay.
All
Who's
right.
next?
Let's go to. I don't have any names on the screen.
Oh, I do.
Okay, good.
Let's go to Vincent in Orange County. Vincent, you're on ESPN LA. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. How old is Mason's dog, Sophie?
17.
How long do I say it takes me to drive home from Rams games?
45 minutes.
No.
Okay.
It's a hard question, but it was a long conversation that we talked about.
It was a long conversation, yes.
All right, Jonathan in Oceanside.
Oh, heck, yes.
All right, Jonathan. You're feeling good. I like your confidence. Okay.
17 years old and 30 minutes.
Oh, we got a player now.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, see, you didn't know.
All right, Jonathan, get this one.
Please. I got my notes. Give me a second.
Okay, we will.
This is from Wednesday.
What did I eat on the plane home from Denver that I said was the best plane food I had ever had?
Give me a second. I got that here.
Okay. We'll give you 10 seconds.
You had the pork chops, didn't you?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, come on, no, dude, I
you
got
were
my notes
so
here.
close.
No, give me a second, please.
You were so close.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, once you miss, we'd love to give you more time, but once you miss. All right. Carlo in Vista. Hey, Carlo. I think Carlo, he doesn't know the answer to that one. Hector in Hacienda Heights. Hector, are you there?
Yes, but you came to me a bit too early, man. Can we start the backwards?
No,
you gotta do it. All right. So how old is Mason? How old is Mason's dog, Hector?
17 and 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
So
What did
30
I
minutes,
eat?
yeah.
What did I eat on the plane that I said was the plane home from Denver that I said was the best plane food I have ever had?
Oh my God, that one! I heard this conversation too.
The only hint I'll give you is the guy that guessed a second ago was not far off. He was in the neighborhood.
Pork loin?
No. Good guess. You focused on the wrong word.
Wrong word.
Yeah.
Let's try Richard in Colton. Hey, Richard, you're on 710. Good afternoon. You ready to go?
Good afternoon, guys. But for Wednesday's question, it's a guess.
Okay, so do you know how old Mason's dog is?
17 and 30 minutes.
Okay, now, what did I eat on the plane that I said was the best food I've ever had flying home from Denver?
I'm just going to guess a steak.
No. So if you don't know what John Ireland thought was the best he's ever had on that plane back from Denver, just go and hang out. You're not going to just randomly guess this thing.
Okay, let's go to David in Yorba Linda. David, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, well, how old's Mason's dog?
17.
How long do I say it takes me to drive home from Rams games?
30 minutes.
What did I eat on the plane that I said was the best plane food I had ever had?
Lamb chops?
Yes! Yeah! Yes, David. Now let's bring it home.
Number 4. Pepe Mantilla wore a shirt on the show yesterday with an animal on it. What was the animal?
Ooh, I'm going to have to guess in this one. I'm going to say horse.
No.
Oh, God, you were so close.
It's in that family. I think they're in the same family.
Here's Mondo in Corona. Mondo, are you there?
Yes, John.
Okay, let's get this. How old is Mason's dog?
17, 30, lamb chop, llama.
Llama, okay. This is it. This is it, Mondo. Come on.
You got it.
Okay.
Bring this home, Mondo.
There we go.
This is from today's show.
Oh.
Okay. Are you ready, Mondo?
No, I'm not. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
What restaurant did John see OJ Simpson at?
Damn it. I'm just going to guess Slay. I don't know.
Oh, good guess. I love
that's
Slay.
actually a very good guess.
I was at Slay Saturday.
Yeah.
That's not where I saw him, though.
So now it's all out there for somebody.
Yep. Let's go to Gus in Bell Gardens. Hey, Gus, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, Gus, let's bring this home. How old is Mason's dog?
17, 30, lamb chops, and a llama.
All right, what restaurant did I see OJ Simpson at? Bring it home, Gus!
I've been here all day. Oh, man. I'm going to take a guess. Fleming?
No. Oh, close.
It's a guess.
Close.
Okay, so if you don't know the restaurant, just hang up.
All right, here we go. Carlos in Carlos hung up. He took
Carlos
our advice.
did the exact right thing.
Frank in Burbank. Frank, are you there?
Frank?
I don't think
Nope,
Frank
Frank's
knows.
gone.
All right, so.
Yeah, he did hang up. He hung up on us.
All right, well, we asked people to hang up if they didn't know. We'll give Bergman a second to get a few more people.
All the lines are lit.
The first 4 questions have been answered.
Yes.
If you can answer that 5th question, at what restaurant did I see OJ Simpson at, you will win 5th Row Friday tickets, assuming you've been listening and you heard the first 4.
Correct.
For contest purposes, you have to give us all 5 answers.
Yes.
But the first 4 have been given correctly several times.
Yep.
All right. Let's try. Greg, is anybody ready? Give me a line.
Santiago in L.A. on line 3. Hey, Santiago, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, fellas. Love the show.
All right, Santiago, how old is Mason's dog?
17.
How long does it take Mace to drive home from Ram games?
30.
What did I eat on the plane was the best food I've ever had?
You said it was great, amazing. It was lamb chops.
Yes.
Lamb.
And the last question.
No, Pepe. You gotta ask him fourth question.
right. Pepe came in here.
Go ahead.
Last question? Yes. What?
No, whoa.
Santiago, listen carefully.
Pepe wore a shirt on yesterday's show with an animal on it. What was the animal?
Hold on. One second.
Okay.
We'll give you 10. We'll give you 10 seconds.
Hold on.
1.
Hold on.
2, 3, 4.
Pepe wore a
5,
shirt
6,
with the
7,
monkey.
8.
No.
I'm sorry. Boy, and that one had already
was
been
already
answered.
on the air.
All right. Adam in Koreatown. How you feeling, Adam?
I'm feeling great. How you feeling?
Good. How old's Mason's dog?
17.
How long do I say it takes me to drive home from a Rams game?
30 minutes.
What did I eat on the plane that was the best food I've ever had?
Lamb chop.
What was the animal on Pepe Mantilla's shirt yesterday?
A llama.
All right, come on, Adam. What restaurant did I see OJ Simpson at?
Houston.
Boom!
Yeah!
Boom, Adam!
Nice, Adam!
Adam, you're going to be sitting in the 5th row on Monday.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who are you going to take with you?
My wife.
Beautiful.
Always a smart play. Well, listen, man, have a spectacular night, man.
Hey, Adam, do me one favor. Come up and say hi to Michael and I. We're at the top of section 111, okay?
Oh, yes, you got it.
All right, man, I'm going to put you on hold, and Greg's going to get some info from you, okay?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Congratulations.
Adam. All right, so now you've got a feeling for exactly what it takes to win this game. There were a couple of guys. I felt really bad for the guy who clearly had something in his notes and couldn't get to it.
Yeah, we'll be reasonable. We'll give you 10 seconds to find something.
Yes.
We appreciate the people that take notes, but we've got to get the correct answers, and you have to say them.
Right. And we'll do this again starting Monday, right? Bergman will do this again starting Monday for next week. So 5th Row Fridays is again next week.
And brought to you by Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Lakers. Bibigo is what Bergman and I have been eating at remotes, and we're hooked on this stuff. Morales said he had it last night at the at
Crypto,
did he?
Yeah.
And he said it was great.
Is Shadano going to play the game this afternoon? Oh, no, Shadano's out probably, right? It's Friday?
Yeah. No, well, it's Greg's game, so if Cappy wants to play, he can play.
Yeah, it's Shadano 5, Mason 4, Brian 3, Bergman 3, Ireland 3, Michael 1, Cappy 1, Beto 1. That is the scoreboard for the month of October, and today is worth 2. Can I repeat as Game of Games champion this month?
What do you got right now?
4.
You're one back.
One back.
Yeah, you could win.
We'll do it coming up next. It's Bergman's game, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, do not mess around. Use ZipRecruiter. As my buddy Ian Siegel says, he's the guy that invented ZipRecruiter. He says, and he puts it simply, they don't leave anything to chance. And right now you can try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. So think about that. You go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA. You use it to help find your next hire, and it's free. And how fast is it? 4 out of 5 companies that use ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So quit messing around. Go to that website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. You know Barbecues Galore carries Mont Alp.
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the run for the repeat as the playoffs start Saturday.
Shot
The black and gold march their way into the playoffs, led by the top scorer in MLS.
Getty!
There's no stopping the Golden Boot winner now.
Oh, that's how you win a Golden Boot, baby!
It's the Audi MLS Cup Playoffs, Round 1, Game 1, LAFC versus Vancouver. Pre-game starts at 4:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Number 1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. Everybody is playing today. We've got Shadano and Cappy both jumping in here. I don't know. You're in South LA. Shadano, where are you?
South Florida.
South Florida.
And in
nice.
Miami. All right, Brian's playing, Mason's playing, I'm playing. It is Bergman's game today, so he can't win. But he could still win the month because we have 2 days into next week. Greg, this one's worth 2. What do we got?
So Bibigo is obviously the sponsor of the Lakers jersey sponsor, right?
Yes. Right.
Yes, and they do very good food too. But most teams have jersey sponsors, not all, but most teams have jersey sponsors, and they change from year to year. I can only do this at the beginning of the year because they change all the time, and you're going to see everybody.
Okay.
It's still so early. But let's see if you can name these teams' sponsors. Should we have Sedano go first like last time? Just for fun?
Well, I mean,
that's fine. I'm on the road. Let me go first.
Yeah.
I mean, is it multiple choice?
Is it multiple choice?
Yes, it is multiple choice.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right, so this first one's probably should be pretty easy for Sedano, but it's the Miami Heat. Is it Ultimate Software, Carnival Cruise Lines, or no sponsor?
Ultimate Software.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to guess Ultimate Software.
John?
I'm not going against Sedano. Ultimate Software.
Cap?
I actually know this one. It's Ultimate Software.
All right, Brian?
Yeah, Ultimate Software.
This year's the first year of Carnival Cruise Line.
Sedano missed the Heat question.
And we all went down that lonely road good with him.
Well, you know, there's a lot of control you have if you're in the one spot because you can just misdirect.
Confidence.
Right. It's like a blackjack table.
Yep. Today is
Look
this
at
year
that.
is
See, I
the first
steered you in the wrong direction.
You sure did. Wow, look at that. All right, number 2. The New York Knicks. Do they have Sphere, Squarespace, or no sponsor, Sedano?
Oh my God! Sphere.
Square.
What is it? Squareface.
Squarespace.
Or what was the third one?
No sponsor.
Oh, I don't think the Knicks have a sponsor.
Okay. Mace.
No, John.
Sphere.
Okay.
You guys know I love the Sphere.
Yes.
Cap.
Sphere.
Okay.
I too
Brian?
love the Sphere.
Sphere.
Okay. And Mace.
No sponsor.
It is the Sphere. First year of the Sphere.
I actually mentioned that to you yesterday on the air. Yeah, you didn't remember. All right, Brian, Cappy, and I are on the board.
I mean, listen, it makes sense, right? Like, doesn't Mickey Harrison? Is it Carnival Cruise Line?
He does, but for years he didn't do it.
Right. So he owns the cruise line, and he's on the Heat jersey,
and Dolan owns the Sphere,
and is on the Knicks jersey.
Yeah. All right. So number 3.
Pattern is growing.
Number 3. The LA Clippers. Are they Bumble, Honey, or no sponsor? Sedano.
The Clippers have a sponsor. I'm trying to remember what the hell it is. I think it's Bumble.
Okay. We're going to go to Cap.
I actually know this one. It's Honey.
Okay. And Brian?
I'm going to go Bumble.
Mace?
Cap and I have the same source. It's Honey.
And John?
I agree with Mace and Cap. I'm going Honey.
It is Honey. That's true.
No, it's not. They have no sponsor this year.
Oh, well, they had Honey before,
Last year
Bumble.
they had Honey, and before that they had Bumble, but this year they don't have
It
one.
was a trick question.
Ooh.
There you go, Bergie. Look at you.
Look at that. Look at that. All right, number 4.
Yep.
The Indiana Pacers. Are they Motorola, Fitbit, or no sponsor, Sedano?
Motorola, Fitbit, or no sponsor. I'm going to go no sponsor.
Okay, and Brian?
Go Fitbit.
Okay, Mace?
Fitbit.
Okay, John?
Fitbit.
Cap?
No sponsor.
No sponsor is the answer. Cap is leading now.
All right.
But Sedano got that.
Sedano's on the board now.
So it's Cap 2, Sedano 1, John 1, Brian 1, Mace with nothing.
Wow. How many we got?
We have 10 of them.
All right, and this is
number 5.
Okay.
Number 5. All right, the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings, Sedano, is it Dial Pad, Blue Diamond Group, or no sponsor?
Dial Pad, Blue Diamond Group,
or no
California Almonds. That could be a thing. Gosh, I'm gonna say the almonds. What the hell? Go ahead. Diamond Group.
Blue Diamond Group. Okay, we're back to Mace.
I'm going to go Blue Diamond Group also.
John.
I like Sedano's logic.
Yeah,
I don't know the answer.
California
Could you not wait? I'm calling their game on Sunday. I'll go Blue Diamond also.
Cap.
What was the first one?
Dial Pad.
Dial Pad?
Yes.
I'll take that.
Okay, and Brian.
Yeah, I'll take Dial Pad too.
It is Dial Pad, and Cappy's
running away.
He has 3, Brian 2, and Sedano 1.
I have 1.
And John 1.
And I have 1?
No,
you have 0.
You have 0.
Okay.
All right, number
I thought I
6.
had 1.
The Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz. Is it Qualtrics, LVW, which is Live View Technologies, or no sponsor? Sedano.
Okay, so Ryan, what's his face, who owns that
Ryan
team,
Smith
owns Qualtrics.
Mm-hmm.
But Bergman may have put that in there to throw
On
us
purpose.
off.
Yeah. So I'm going to go the LV, whatever you said.
All right, 'cause I know that. I didn't even. Okay. Mace.
Qualtrics.
Okay, and
Oh,
John.
I hit the bell preemptively.
Only an idiot would follow Mason, who has 0 points, but I'm going to.
Nice.
Qualtrics.
Nice.
Cap.
Same.
Qualtrics?
Yeah.
Okay, and Brian.
Yep, same.
Sedano gets that one.
There we go.
LVW Live View Technologies.
Wow.
Whatever
I
the
followed
hell
the
that
wrong
is.
guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
did.
I've got 2 now.
Yeah.
So Cappy's got 3,
It's
right?
Cappy
Yep.
3,
Yep.
Sedano 2, Brian 2, Ireland 1.
How many do I have?
You have 0.
0.
How many
All
we
right,
got
so
left?
this is number 7. There's 4 left.
You need this to stay alive.
Make this
I know.
one worth 3.
All right, number 7. Houston Rockets, Sedano. Credit Karma, Rocket Phones, or no sponsor?
Credit Karma.
Okay, Mace.
I have to go different. What was number 2?
Rocket Phones.
Rocket Phones.
John.
No sponsor.
Cap.
No sponsor.
And Brian.
Rocket phones for the Rockets.
It used to be Rocket Phones. It's Credit Karma now.
Yeah!
You're tied.
By the way,
tied it up.
And the irony of that
There's 3
is
left.
that
No, you're not
Tillman
out.
Fertitta is like super leveraged, which I think is
Oh, that's very funny. Very funny.
All right, so you're not dead yet. You have to get all of them.
So I got 3 and Cappy's got 3, right?
You're tied. You're tied.
All right.
All right, number 8. The Atlanta Hawks. Is it ShareCare, Lending Tree, or no sponsor? Sedano.
It's not Lending Tree. So it's either no sponsor or ShareCare. I feel like you've done too many no sponsors already. ShareCare.
Okay, Mason.
Why isn't Cappy going?
Cappy.
Share care.
Okay, and Brian.
I'm gonna go no
Cappy's doing his
sponsor.
thing where he
You're gonna
goes
go no
with
sponsor?
the person in front of him now.
All right. All right, John.
I need to make up a point. Lending Tree.
Okay, and Mace.
I also need to make up a point.
I think they're all been done.
I'll go Lending Tree.
It is no sponsor. Brian is the only one that
Nice.
got that. So we're all tied up 3-3-3.
And how many are
Mace,
left?
There are 2 left, so you're not dead, John, but
Okay,
Mason,
Mace
you're
is out.
out.
But I'm hanging by a thread.
Mace got a goose egg?
Yeah.
Mace got a goose egg.
He did the Curtis.
Wait a minute. Should I
Well,
try
no,
to
yeah,
finish?
you should try to finish. Yes.
Try and finish.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
get the full Curtis.
Okay.
All right,
Just get him wrong.
number 9, 2 left. Denver Nuggets. Is it Ibotta, Western Union, or no sponsor? Sedano.
Western Union.
Okay, let's go, John. Cap.
No sponsor.
Okay, and Brian.
Go Western Union.
Okay, John.
Well, it's either Western Union or no sponsor, but that can't keep me in the game. So what was the third choice?
Ibotta.
Ibotta.
And Mace.
It is Ibotta.
It actually is Ibotta.
Wow!
So you're
And Mace is
alive,
after
like-
Curtis.
And yeah, he didn't. Did you see it on the game?
I knew it was Ibotta.
Yeah, because you saw it in the game in that first one.
No, I totally guessed. Yeah, I was studying the patches.
All right, so
right. Well, you could have seen it. They played him.
So Mason's out,
Mason's
but
out.
he did not
You're
get the
alive.
Curtis.
You're
I'm
alive, John.
alive.
You have to
and
go different.
Yeah, I have to go last. So
All right.
it's your last one, right?
Yeah, last one,
Okay.
then it's tiebreaker. Number 10, Chicago Bulls. Is it Zenny Optical, Motorola, or no sponsor, Sedano?
I'm going to say Motorola.
Okay, let's go Cap.
I'm also going to say Motorola.
All right, Brian.
I like Motorola here.
All right,
Okay, so
John,
what were the other 2 choices? I got a chance now.
Zenny Optical or no sponsor?
Give me Zenny Optical.
Unfortunately, it's Motorola.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah.
So, but it's a 3-way tie
It's
to
a
the
3-way
tiebreaker
tie.
now.
Yes.
Wow, so what are we doing now?
We now the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's the tiebreaker.
No, but I'm saying, what could the tiebreaker be? Is it about patches?
No. Hey, we'll just listen.
All right, it's the beginning of the NBA season, so teams just don't have sponsors on their jerseys yet. They may come up at some point, but how many of the 32 teams do not have sponsors? Closest without going over.
All right, Sedano.
Sedano.
How many?
Oh, my God.
Just give me a number.
I would say 9.
Okay.
Cap.
Can't go over, right?
Can't go over.
I'll say 1.
Brian.
Go 10.
10. The answer is 5, so Cappy was the only one to think of not to go under.
Cap.
5 jerseys.
How many total points does Cap have for the month?
He is now up to 3 because he got 2
Way
for
to
this
go,
one.
Cappy!
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, this feels so good.
Would you like to give a speech of some kind?
I mean, I know I shouldn't really care this much about winning game of games and
You
winning
should.
on a day
No, I
where it's like
completely
double
disagree.
the points. Right, I feel phenomenal right now.
That's
Excellent
great.
work.
I'm so happy for you.
Look at that.
Oh my God!
Such
do
a
I
great
feel
way to
great.
start the weekend. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody loves a fighter. In this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember to call Jacob if you're involved in an incident. When you need a big win, he's the guy. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, the proud sponsor of Game of Games. Take it away with the Super Stager.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by Bibigo.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row.
Winning. Cappy's here. Shadano's here. Big Friday. Lakers last night come away with a win after a dominating fourth quarter by LeBron and AD. So, Shadano, you're in South Florida, and he's in South L.A.
Yeah,
Cappy,
I have a game here tomorrow.
Yeah, Cappy, were you jonesing for the Lakers game last night?
So I was at Yamava.
Yep.
And at about 7 o'clock, I was like, listen, guys, I got to go because I want to watch or listen to the game.
Yeah.
And so I got in my car at Yamava, and I was thinking, do I drive to my downtown L.A. crib, or do I drive to my weekend vacation getaway place?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I headed south, but, John, I listened to the first 3 quarters of the game on the ESPN LA app.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounded great. And by the way, you're 2 games into the season.
Yeah.
You guys are already on fire.
Well, it was a fun game to call in this sense. It felt like a loss all night. George, did you watch it?
I did. Yep, I saw it in its entirety.
It never felt to me, I don't know if you'll agree, but it never felt to me like they were going to win that game until there was about 4 minutes to go.
Oh, my God, yeah, because they were losing pretty much
Right,
until
yeah.
that point, basically.
Right.
So, yeah, it was – and Kevin Durant felt unstoppable throughout most of that game.
And he was. I mean, they never did figure out Kevin Durant. But, it's interesting. LeBron basically put the team on his back and carried him to that win down the stretch. And a lot of people are saying, well, they violated the minute limit. They went over the minute limit, as Darvin Ham, if he was sitting here, would tell you, is a goal. It's a guideline, but it's not a rule. I mean, there's going to be games where – and, George, what's happening now is that the Lakers are just night and day different when LeBron's on the court and when he isn't.
Yeah, well, that's been a constant theme during
But,
this time
in
here
2
for
games,
most of it.
here's how pronounced it is. In Denver, they were +7 when LeBron was on the court and -18 when he was off. Then last night, +22 with LeBron on the court and -16 when he was off. I mean, it's just getting more and more pronounced. So they've got to figure out a way to play without LeBron. And once they do, they'll be good, but they haven't done it in 2 games.
Yeah, well, I'd have to go back and see the minutes when he's off, like who's actually on, like pay closer attention to that, which in past years I've done. But through 2 games, I have not really kind of dialed it in that way. But I think moving forward, I will kind of keep a running tally.
Part of the issue, I was talking to Mace about this earlier, part of the issue is everybody's pointing the finger at AD, saying, well, AD needs to carry the team when LeBron's out. The problem is that D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves both had great preseasons. They looked really good. And Austin, of course, was great at the end of last year. In these 2 games, they've been off. They haven't played their best game. So if they start to play a little better, some of that slack will get picked up. But so far, they're struggling, those 2.
I'd like to offer another alternative.
Sure. Well, and Rui, too. Rui's been bad.
Yeah, and Rui hardly played
Rui
at all.
didn't
I think he only
last
played
night.
10 minutes last night.
Yeah, 12 minutes. I'd like to offer another alternative.
Okay.
Now, you got to be an outside-the-box thinker here, guys.
Good.
Okay, this
We need
this is one of those times where you've gone outside of the world of basketball to give somebody an opportunity to show you a completely fresh perspective. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Just like I thought Clayton Kershaw should not pitch the entire first half of the baseball season this past season,
Yeah.
I'm going to make a suggestion to Coach Ham.
Okay.
Coach Hamon. I think LeBron should not play the first quarter.
Why?
This is such nonsense. But go ahead. You're out of the outside the box.
I'm telling you, it's outside the box thinking here.
Way outside the box.
Right.
There's not even a box.
Okay, Cap, can I just, I'll let you expound on that, but let me give you just a little bit of a heads up as what you're asking for. The score at the end of the first quarter in Denver, which LeBron did play in, was Denver 34 and the Lakers 20.
Correct.
They were
And
down
then
by
last
4.
night it wasn't good.
Yeah. So if you don't play LeBron in the first quarter, there's a chance you'll be so far behind you won't be able to catch up.
Well, if that's the case, then that's an even bigger problem. But, again, remember, this is outside the box thinking.
Yes.
This is not a basketball insider coming up with some crazy idea. This is a basketball outsider coming up with a crazy idea. All I'm saying is this. There has to be a way to conserve his minutes in the first half so that he's on the floor the entire fourth quarter, like he was last night.
Right, but the problem is, and again, I'm outside the box too because I'm not in the league.
Come on out here
but
outside.
Here's the problem. It's, as John said, they with LeBron, they were struggling in the first quarter. You can't very well say, okay, LeBron, play in the second quarter, play in the third quarter. And I'll agree with you on this. I mean, they don't win that game without LeBron on the floor every minute of the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's what I would say, Cappy, is that math is clearly not your strong suit because, yes, they are plus whatever it was John said when he's on the floor as opposed to when he's off.
For the season, plus 29, George.
Right, but there, and what's the minus when he's off?
Was minus 17 in the first game and minus 16 last night.
Right, so minus 33 when he's off.
Right, it's that pronounced.
Do the math there. And then you're also asking him to come in with only a 36-minute game, which he's not going to be able to play 36 straight minutes. So even with a halftime.
That's a good point.
So I mean, yeah, the math just doesn't work, Mr. Outside the Box.
Well, hold on. But as far as the math goes, John, you said it was 29. The team was
plus 29 and then minus 33 in the two games.
No, but hold on. Plus 29 in the first game or the second
plus
game?
Plus 7 in the first game, plus 22 last night.
Okay,
right, so
a total of plus 29 and a total of minus 33 when he's out.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Math's not my strength. But
right. Did you not hear that part?
No, I heard it, but here's how I was thinking about it. You ready? Mm-hmm. If you're plus 7 and then plus 22, that's 29 divided by 2. You're plus like 14 and a half, right?
Well, that's actually no. You're on average. You're plus 14 and a half.
On the other side, you're actually minus 14 and a half.
You're minus 16 and a half.
Minus 16 and a half.
But what does that math actually do? The division
other than
there.
confuse the crap out of
us.
us.
I mean, I have no idea what I'm talking about at this point. All I'm getting at is this: maybe it's like this. LeBron starts the game, plays the first 5 minutes. LeBron plays the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. LeBron doesn't start the second quarter. Then he plays 6 minutes. I'm just trying to come up with a mathematic equation that keeps LeBron on the that keeps LeBron on the floor for the fourth quarter.
I like the way you're thinking. Oh, by the way, this is somewhat related to what we're talking about. There was a kind of sneaky big news today announced by Spectrum Sportsnet.
Oh, yeah, this is a great story.
Right.
Greg, this is great news for you.
Yeah, great news for anybody who wants to get rid of cable.
They're going direct to consumer starting Sunday. Yeah. So if you're one of these people who can't get Spectrum Sportsnet where you live,
whether you're cable, cord cutter, whatever you are.
Or if you're like Greg and you're a cord cutter, you can now pay them $19 a month and you get Spectrum Sportsnet for the whole season.
Perfect. I mean, I have DirecTV stream. They were on it
a couple years ago, I think.
But I think, George, that this is going to be a sign of things to come. Like direct to consumer is probably the wave of the future, right?
Oh, ESPN is going to do it. It's just a matter of when. You know what I mean? Not if. It's going to happen.
Do you know, are they going to do this with the Dodgers? I would imagine they would definitely do it with the Dodgers.
Well, if you're Spectrum, you have to bundle the Lakers and the Dodgers.
So here's the thing.
Nobody's paying $40 a month to watch two teams.
What's interesting about this, I'll still give Spectrum money, but I'm going to cut cable if I can get Dodgers and Lakers direct to consumer.
Why? Why would you cut cable if
I
you're
don't
already
use
getting
any
them?
of it.
Because he doesn't use like 300 of the channels.
Yeah, I don't use any of those channels.
Right, but you're probably still paying. Look, man. Here, this is just my opinion on this.
Give it to him, George. Let me hear. Let me hear what you got to say. Let me hear.
I think that this whole unbundling, while I love the choices and I'm a big fan of choices, okay, I think that unbundling things like that, at least for me personally, is not as cost effective as you think it is.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
Yeah, because it's a good point, George. If you add up all the things we do, like Netflix, I get Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus. I pay for like 10 apps.
So my point is, why pay the $220 to Spectrum for cable if I can get the two things that I really want?
Work. But here's the interesting thing. Cap, your kids are probably too old. So, Dono, your kids are the test case here. How old are your kids?
9 and 5.
Okay. Do they watch any TV?
Occasionally.
My son's 21, and my son's on the autism spectrum, so he's a little different, but he doesn't watch any TV.
Neither do my kids. None of my kids, 21, 23, 19, 16, not one of these kids watches anything on TV.
Mateo sometimes will tell, if I'm not home, will tell Kelly, I want to watch football or basketball or whatever. So she'll put on a game.
Mateo. Yeah. But a game is not what I'm really talking about. Games, sports are different.
Yeah, but that's TV, right?
Right, but what I'm saying, George, is like the big challenge for TV providers, for lack of a better word, moving forward is how do they market to the 10 to 30-year-olds who aren't, like Cappy put it out.
Like this Generation Z.
Yeah, they're not watching television.
Right.
No, I get it. And that's why, for them, that'll be fine. But for me, for example, I like watching sports, right? So I have all the regional cable channels. I have all the packages, right? The MLB Extra Innings, the NBA League Pass. I have all that stuff, ESPN, Fox, whatever it is. I have all that. But I also like to watch movies. So, and I also, like, I'll give you an example. It's not just movies on HBO, right, or whatever. So I like to watch Bill Maher. I like to watch John Oliver, right? Like,
but those are both on HBO Max.
I get it, but the point is this: I get HBO Max free because I'm already paying for all this stuff.
Right.
My wife and I also like to watch HGTV. She likes to watch that Magnolia channel, and all those.
I
things
personally cannot live without Bravo.
See, I don't need those channels. I don't need the Learning Channel and all that BS.
I get it, but the point is, if I were to then unbundle, I'd have to buy the Discovery Plus, and then I'd have to get HBO Max, and then I'd have to pay for ESPN when they go and unbundle. Now I'd have to pay for Spectrum. Ultimately, it's still going to be the same $180 or $200 I'm spending.
Yeah, I look. Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if you've looked at your cable, but your cable bill is expensive.
It's $200.
Yeah, it's $200. If I can cut that $200 and just get Dodgers, and I can get stuff on streaming. I can get movies on streaming. I can get series on streaming. There's nothing really on regular network TV that I watch other than games.
Here's the one aspect of streaming that will drive you nuts if you're a sports fan: the lag.
Yeah.
Well, and people were saying I've had great luck with Amazon with the Thursday Night Football, but a lot of people on social media were saying that it was buffering.
Right.
I haven't had that issue though. Have you guys?
I only once.
I haven't personally.
Only one buffer.
Oh, Sedano, I started doing something that, and Cappy, you travel a little bit too, that you guys would, if you're willing to do a little work when you get to your hotel room, has really been a game changer for me. I bought an Amazon Fire Stick and threw it in my travel bag.
And then you just put it in the back of the TV in the
Correct.
hotel?
That's smart.
And now
that's
I can watch Thursday Night Football wherever I am.
Nice.
And one of the apps on the Fire Stick is the DirecTV app. So anything I get at home, I get in my hotel room.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's a good life hack.
And
that's a good life
it's
hack.
only $20 to buy the Amazon Fire Stick. It is, you've got to spend about, I say it takes about 10 minutes to get the hotel TV like the way you want it. You've got to wire it into the back. But once if you're willing to spend those 10 minutes, you're golden.
Yeah, why not?
No, I hear you. But, Mace, so for me, because I'd have to buy all – and then my kids, right? Mateo needs to watch the Disney Plus and then this, that. You know what I mean? So I got to have a million things.
You do.
It's just right, but I have them because they're included in my DirecTV subscription. You know what I mean?
Right. The test case, though, is going to be – for Arya and Mateo when they get older. Are they going to watch TV like we all did growing up? I don't think so.
What's interesting?
Arya watches some cartoon, I forget the name of it, that is strictly on Netflix. Like it's a cartoon that's appropriate for like kids who are like her 9 or 10 years old, right?
Yep.
It's not like a baby kid or toddler cartoon thing. And she watches it on Netflix. So, right, to your point, John, that will probably be the way she'll do it. But for me, because of all the stuff I do and I watch and my wife watches, it just makes no sense. We get all that other stuff as add-ons already. There's no reason to go outside of it. Because here's the other thing, Mace. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You watch sports.
I do.
Do you like to watch sports while also viewing Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be behind then.
Because of buffering.
Right. And because those streams are usually 60 seconds behind.
It's funny, George. DirecTV is about 20 seconds behind. So if I have Twitter open during a game, like the World Series starts tonight, can you believe we haven't even said those two words today?
I know, it's crazy.
We haven't said World Series. One of the reasons.
Now we did.
Yeah,
Sedano that's our baseball coverage for the day.
Sedano and Cap are going till 5. One of the reasons Mason and I are leaving, and Sedano and Cap are because we're carrying the World Series. But I'll be watching the World Series, and I'll see on Twitter. It'll say Corbin Carroll moonshot home run, and it hasn't happened yet. So it's all you've got to kind of coordinate. You got to figure it out.
Any of you guys yet get into Fubo?
Yeah, I used it a couple times to get Pac-12
to watch a game.
Yeah,
me too.
I used it to
did
watch
the
a
same
game
thing.
one time. Does it cost money?
I don't know.
You can get it free for a week, and then they charge you.
But then I'll tell you right now, for college football on Saturday, it seems to me like it's got every game going. So, like, now I'm into Fubo. See, Mace, I'm trying to go back to cable rather than cutting the cord. I want to reestablish the cord.
Yeah, but Fubo is basically just cable, but with it's a streaming version of cable.
Yeah, it's a streaming version. Yeah, exactly. It's a streaming version
too many
of cable.
services that I don't use that I pay for that I gotta get. I gotta get.
Well,
rid
you
of
should
all
cut
these things.
those. Cut anything you're not using. We once a month we go through and say, all right, are we watching this? Are we watching that channel? Or what? And then cancel because you can always jump back in.
Can I?
In a month or two.
Can I borrow Juan to do that for me?
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
mind?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, the way John Ireland has offered to get the yellow stains out of my white T-shirts.
Yeah,
and
when am I
armpits,
getting those shirts,
I'm going to
Cap?
bring those shirts for
Okay.
you. Can I borrow Juan to help me go through all of my different accounts that I'm not using? Would you mind?
He absolutely will. I will put you in touch directly.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And that's it for us.
The World Series pregame show starts right now.
Yes! Shadano and Cap will get you ready for game one.
Cappy, congratulations on your big game of games
way to
win.
go, man.
Yeah, it
Fourth
feels
quarter
so
game
good.
of games
Yeah.
win.
God, that's like in the 3-point shooting contest in the All-Star game when you get that, the red, white, and blue ball and it's worth more points.
Boom.
That
Yeah.
was me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right, coming up Monday, we will be back at 1 o'clock with a wrap of the weekend, and it's Fifth Row Fridays again next week, so make sure to listen for a chance starting Monday to win fifth row seats for a Lakers game. We'll give those away next Friday. Congratulations to our winner today. Coming up next for you, lots of stupidity with Shadano and Cap here on 710 ESPN. Go Rams.
All right, Mason, but real quick before we go to break, listening that NextGen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. Now listen, if you've seen those ads that they have on social media, you've seen me singing, right, to 80s music that correlates with air conditioning or heating, like, we built this city, bam, bam, bam. We built this city on hot and cold. Exactly. So get yourself some NextGen. If you're in the circle of trust, if you're in any of the communities, you need AC, heat, or plumbing stuff on your house, then just call NextGen. 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXTGen. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the business. They got thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. And right now you can get a 28-point full heat and AC safety inspection and tune-up for only $44 through October 31st. That means through Tuesday, Halloween. Never seen before pricing. That's right. Only $44 to ensure your system stays running strong all year long. And if you're sick of dealing with a slow drain, how about a drain cleaning with a camera inspection for only $44? So call them 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXTGen. My guy Ishmael, the CEO, started as a tech. He's now started from the bottom. Now you're here, right? Like Cappy likes to say, like Drake likes to say. All right, he's the CEO. Born and raised in Anaheim, 10 locations across the Southland. Whether you're in the IE, whether you're in the desert, whether you're in LA County, Orange County, they got you with 10 locations. Okay, so make sure you call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXTGen, or visit them online, nextgenairac.com.